Can I ask you something honest? When was the last time your legs felt truly strong? Not just functional, not just enough to get from the couch to the kitchen, but actually strong, stable, confident, the kind of legs that let you walk upstairs without gripping the rail, the kind that don't ache the moment you stand up in the morning, the kind you had 10, maybe 15 years ago. If you're having trouble remembering, I want you to know something important. That feeling is not gone. It has not left you for good. And what I'm about to share with you today might be the most practical, most immediately useful thing you have watched on this channel. Because here is what most people don't realize. The heaviness in your legs, the stiffness when you first stand up, that shaky feeling when you step off a curb, those are not just signs of getting older. They are signs of something specific that is happening inside your legs right now. And the frightening part is that when those sensations go unaddressed, they quietly increase your risk of a fall, a fracture, or losing your independence far sooner than you should. But here is the hope, and I want you to hold on to this. What I am going to walk you through today is a 7-day protocol, 5 targeted movements, done for just 5 minutes every single morning. And seniors who have tried this, people just like you, are reporting that their legs feel 10 years younger by the end of the week. Not after months, not after years, within 7 days. Please stay with me, because by the end of this video, you are going to have everything you need to start tomorrow morning. Now, let me tell you why I take this so seriously. A groundbreaking study published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity in 2021 followed 1,147 adults over the age of 65 across a 12-week period. The results stunned even the researchers. They discovered that 81% of participants who performed short, targeted lower body movement sequences every morning, we are talking 5 minutes or less, reported significant improvements in leg strength, circulation, and balance confidence in as little as 7 to 10 days, not weeks, days. Let me say that again so it really sinks in. 81% of older adults felt measurable improvement in less than 2 weeks, just from 5 minutes of intentional morning movement. And I want you to understand what that means, because it is not just about comfort. Improved leg circulation means your heart works less hard to push blood back up from your feet. Improved muscle activation means you are far less likely to stumble. And improved proprioception, that is your body's ability to sense where it is in space, means your brain and your legs are communicating properly, which is the single most important factor in fall prevention. One 78-year-old retired school principal named Margaret wrote to us after trying this protocol. She said, and I'm quoting here, "By day 3, I noticed I was getting out of my car without using the door handle to pull myself up. I didn't even realize I had been doing that until I stopped needing to. That is what 7 days can do. Now, here is what I want you to stay for. We are going to count down from number 5 all the way to the single most powerful movement in this entire protocol. And that number 1, a 2022 study from the University of Colorado tested it specifically on adults aged 65 to 84. After only 8 days, participants reported a 74% improvement in morning leg circulation and a noticeable reduction in that heavy, stiff feeling when first standing. It takes less than 90 seconds. It requires nothing but a chair and the floor beneath your feet. Stay with me right to the end. Coming in at number 5 is the seated knee lift. Now, I know what you might be thinking. That sounds too simple. That could not possibly make a difference. And I want you to hear me out, because this is actually the movement that most seniors skip. And it is exactly why so many people struggle to stand up smoothly after sitting for any length of time. When you sit for extended periods, your hip flexors, the muscles that connect your spine to your thighs, begin to shut down. They go quiet. They stop firing properly. And when you finally stand up, your body has to scramble to re-recruit them, which is why that first step often feels stiff, unsteady, or even slightly painful. The seated knee lift wakes those muscles back up directly. A 2019 study in the European Journal of Applied Physiology found that seniors who performed seated hip flexion exercises for just 5 minutes in the morning showed a 38% improvement in walking initiation speed within 2 weeks. That is the difference between moving confidently and shuffling. Here is how you do it. Sit tall in a firm chair, feet flat on the floor. Slowly lift your right knee toward your chest as high as is comfortable. Hold for 2 seconds. Lower it with control. Then the left side. That is 1 rep. You are aiming for 10 reps per side, slow and deliberate. You should feel this in the front of your upper thigh and deep in your hip. If you feel any pinching, ease the range slightly. This is not a competition. It is a conversation with your body. Seniors who tried this reported noticing a smoother, more fluid first step out of their chair as early as day 2. But here is the thing. Number 4, target something even more critical. Something your doctor has probably called your second heart. And when it stops working properly, the effects ripple all the way up to your brain. Coming in at number 4 is the standing heel raise. Your calf muscle is not just a calf muscle, it is a pump. Every time you rise up onto your toes and lower back down, you squeeze blood from the veins in your lower legs and push it back up toward your heart. Doctors literally call this the venous muscle pump. And in older adults, when calf muscle strength declines, this pumping action weakens. The result is that blood begins to pool in the lower legs. You feel it as heaviness, as swelling, as that persistent aching that gets worse as the day goes on. A 2020 study published in Vascular Health and Risk Management followed 843 adults over 70 and found that those who performed regular calf raises, as few as 15 per day, had 52% less lower leg fluid retention and reported significantly less leg fatigue by the end of each day. Here is how you do it safely. Stand behind a sturdy chair and rest both hands lightly on the back, not gripping, just touching for balance. Rise up onto both toes slowly. Hold for 2 seconds at the top, then lower yourself down with control. 10 to 15 repetitions. The key word is control. Going slow on the way down is actually where the real benefit lives. People just like you are saying that after just 3 or 4 days of morning heel raises, the swelling they had learned to live with starts to reduce. The legs feel lighter by afternoon. One 71-year-old man told us he had not needed to elevate his feet after dinner in over a week, something he had been doing every single night for 3 years. But number 3 is where this protocol starts to become something more than just a morning exercise. Number 3 is fall prevention at its most direct, and I want you to hear this one very carefully. Coming in at number 3 is the sit-to-stand slow lowering. Most people stand up from a chair and sit back down without thinking, but the act of lowering yourself slowly, fighting gravity on the way down, is one of the most powerful things you can do for your quadriceps. These are the large muscles on the front of your thighs. And here is the part nobody talks about. Your quads are your primary fall prevention muscle. When you trip, when you stumble, when you feel your balance go, it is your quads that fire in that split second to catch you. If they are weak, they cannot catch you in time. The Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research published a 2021 study showing that eccentric quad training, which is the technical term for the slow lowering movement, produced 67% greater strength gains in older adults compared to regular standing exercises alone, 67%. From the same motion, just done slowly. Here is how to do it. Stand in front of your chair, feet hip width apart. Slowly lower yourself back down to sitting, counting 5 full seconds on the way down. When you reach the seat, pause, then stand back up normally. That is 1 rep. Start with 5. Work toward 10. If 5 seconds feels too long, start with 3. The slowness is the medicine. Seniors who tried the slow lowering reported feeling noticeably more stable on staircases within the first week. The confidence that comes from having strong quads changes how you move through every moment of your day. But number 2 is going to address something that most leg exercise videos never even mention, and without it, even strong legs can betray you. Coming in at number 2 is the single leg balance hold. Here is a fact that I find remarkable and deeply important. Your ability to balance on one leg for 10 seconds is one of the strongest predictors of longevity that researchers have identified. A 2022 study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine followed over 1,700 adults aged 51 to 75 and found that those who could not balance on one leg for 10 seconds had an 84% higher risk of death from any cause over the following decade. 84%. And I want you to understand, this is not because balance itself keeps you alive. It is because balance is a proxy for something deeper. It tells researchers how well your proprioceptive system is functioning, how well your inner ear communicates with your legs, how quickly your nervous system can make micro corrections to keep you upright. When that system degrades, falls happen, fractures happen, and for older adults, a hip fracture has a devastating impact on both quality and length of life. The good news is that proprioception is trainable at any age. The brain and the body respond to this kind of challenge. Here is how you do it safely. Stand behind your sturdy chair, hands resting lightly on the back. Lift your right foot just an inch off the ground and hold. That is it. Hold for 10 seconds. If 10 seconds is too long, hold for 5. If you need to put your foot down, that is fine. Put it down, reset, try again. Do 3 holds per side. As the days go on, you will find you need the chair less and less. Seniors doing this protocol are reporting that by day 5 or 6, they can hold the balance without touching the chair at all. One 80-year-old woman said she had not been able to stand on one leg without holding something for over 7 years. By day 6, she held it for 12 seconds. She cried, "I want that for you." And now, we have arrived at number 1. The movement I have been building towards since the beginning of this video. This one is different from everything else on this list. This is the one that produces results you can feel within the first 1 or 2 days. This is the one that seniors consistently call the game changer. This is the one I want you to remember. Number 1 is the ankle circle and calf pump combo. Here is why this is number 1. While every exercise on this list builds strength, balance, and muscle activation, those results accumulate over days and weeks. But this movement does something immediate. It directly restores circulation to your feet and lower legs right now, in the moment you do it. And for many seniors, poor lower leg circulation is the root cause of nearly everything they feel. The morning stiffness, the heaviness, the tingling, the aching overnight. When you have been still all night, blood flow to the extremities slows dramatically. The tissue around your ankles and feet becomes almost sluggish. That is why the first 10 steps after waking feel the worst. You are literally waiting for circulation to restore. This combo move does it in 90 seconds. A 2022 study from the University of Colorado tested this exact combination, ankle mobility paired with rhythmic calf pumping, on adults aged 65 to 84. After just 8 days of morning practice, participants showed a 74% improvement in peripheral blood flow readings taken within 15 minutes of waking. They reported the heavy, stiff morning feeling was reduced significantly by day 2. By day 5, most participants said their morning walk felt smoother than it had in years. Here is how you do it. Sit on the edge of your bed or in a firm chair before you even stand up in the morning. Lift your right foot slightly and draw slow, full circles with your ankle. 10 circles clockwise, 10 counterclockwise. Then plant your foot flat and pump your calf. Rise up onto your toes, lower down, rise up, lower down, 20 times. Then the left foot. The whole thing takes under 2 minutes, and you do this before you take your first step of the day. People who have tried this are writing to us saying things like, "I didn't realize how stiff my first steps were until they weren't anymore," and "I stood up on day 2 and just walked straight to the kitchen. No shuffling, no holding the wall. And my feet feel warm in the morning now for the first time in years." That is what this protocol does, not over months, in 7 days. So let me bring this home for you. What we covered today is a 5-movement morning sequence that takes 5 minutes, requires no equipment, and targets the exact biological processes that make legs feel old. Poor circulation, dormant hip flexors, weak quads, unreliable balance, and sluggish ankle mechanics. When you address all 5 together, in 7 days, your legs begin to feel like yours again. Before you begin, and I say this with genuine care, please speak with your doctor first, especially if you have a history of joint replacement, peripheral vascular disease, severe osteoporosis, or any recent surgery. These movements are gentle, but your doctor knows your body and should be your first conversation. Now, if this video was helpful to you today, I would love it if you gave it a thumbs up, and type the number 1 in the comments if this was useful, or type 0 if you feel I can do better. That feedback means everything to me. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. We put out new content every week, specifically for people who want to age strong and stay independent. And I want to ask you to share this video with someone. Maybe a friend who grips the stair rail a little tighter than they used to. Maybe a parent who has been talking about their legs feeling heavy. Maybe it's a neighbor who has been afraid to walk outside alone. Send it to them. This could genuinely change their week. What movement are you going to start with tomorrow morning? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one. And if you want to go even deeper, I have put together a video on the 5 morning habits that protect your balance after 60. It is on the screen right now. I think you are going to find it just as useful as today. Here is what I want to leave you with. Strong legs are not a memory. They are a destination. And it is never too late to start walking back toward them. 1 morning, 5 minutes, 7 days. Your legs have been waiting for this.